Hey! Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. I filmed this like 3 times now because I don't really know what to say. This is just gonna be kind of a weekend, I guess, in my life. I'm going to a concert tonight, so I was just gonna film myself like getting ready. I have a little bit of cleaning to do beforehand. That's not fun, you won't see that. I wanted to start posting because I just recently have moved out for the second time technically, but like that first time, we're not gonna talk about that. Bad things happen, so we're not gonna talk about it. I stayed in my hometown too. That was a mistake. If you guys are able to move out, don't stay in your hometown. If you don't have to, go somewhere else. And now I have moved somewhere else. I'm living a new life, experiencing new things. I'm also going to college. I'm 22, and I've finally figured out what I'm doing with my life. Hopefully, we'll see. I feel pretty confident about it though. I was in my junior year when COVID hit, right? And I'm sure anyone else who was in high school, like especially the end years during that time, you felt like they were really just trying to push us out. You know, they just wanted us to graduate. I had never thought about my future and what I was gonna do outside of high school. You know, I think I was very pessimistic and I wasn't very hopeful about it, you know? So I didn't think about what job I wanted. Did I want to go to college or did I want to do a trade school or something, you know? So when I do graduate, I just enrolled in a community college nearby. I took classes here and there. I jumped around from different degree ideas. Nothing ever really stuck. And at a certain point, I dropped out of college because I thought, oh, I'll do cosmetology school. I'll like that. And it was fun. It was interesting. I had some fun hair colors during that time. Besides just not liking the school I went to, I also just realized that wasn't really for me. I've been working like retail jobs for like 8 years now. I just realized I wanted something away from like the customer service type industry because it's just really draining me at this point. I liked the idea of, you know, being a hairdresser because of the creativity behind it. I wanted to be a color specialist. For those of you who don't know, cosmetology school, at least the one I went to, it really is just like a salon. Like you have clients, they were actual clients. You had clients who come in, you do their hair, and like that's how you learn. It was fun, but it just wasn't really for me. After having that crisis over the summer of realizing I had my life change actually for a lot of reasons over the summer. Just bad summer in general. Throughout the fall and the spring, it's like March now, end of March. I've kind of figured out more of what I'm doing. So now I'm in school for audiology and speech pathology, which I'm really excited about. When I was in school previously, I always knew I wanted to go all the way and get my doctorate. I feel like that's such a weird kind of contrast for me to have. Like, I either want to go to college and get my doctorate or I wanted to do cosmetology school. Like the two, I don't know. It's an area I'm kind of familiar with because when I was younger, I had to be in a lot of speech therapy classes, my sister as well. When I was in high school, I had trouble with my Spanish teacher and just had trouble pronouncing things as well. I was still in speech therapy at the time, actually. It was my 9th grade year. So I ended up actually switching over to sign language, and I really enjoyed learning that. I did that for 2 years. I would have done it a third, but COVID. I did that for 2 years. I actually had some interactions outside of class where I was able to use it to interact with people I wouldn't be able to before. I also just think sign language, it's not hard to learn. Like, it's really not. Especially if you just learn the basic alphabet. I'm not gonna do it now because it's been a few years since I was in a sign language class, so I sadly have forgotten a little bit. When you actually know it and you refresh yourself on it, if you at least know the alphabet and like how to sign some basic things like your name, where, who, like things like that, you can have a conversation and it'll, you know, you can make it work. I guess I just went on a little tangent there. That's me, that's what I'm doing at the moment. So I've moved to the town my college is in. Right now I live alone, but my sister and her best friend are gonna be living with me pretty soon. Anyway, that's me, I guess. And then for this vlog, I'm going to a Kim Dracula concert with my boyfriend tonight. I'm really excited about that. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. I'll just actually show you guys things now instead of making you talk and listen to me. You're not talking, I'm talking, but yeah. So I'm cleaning my makeup brushes because I haven't cleaned them in a while. I've got some different colors in there. I did some of my goth face paint the other day, so if it's got white foundation on it, so need to clean that. I was gonna say, I don't know what makeup brush cleaners you guys use, but I really love this one I get from Miss A. It's literally only $1. Argan Oil Soap Sponge. This is paint. I swear to God, this is paint. I was painting, please. But yeah, I don't know. I like this a lot. Mine's a little dried out because it's been a while, but look, it's just a little bar of soap. And yeah, I don't know. I like it. Hello. Okay, I'm back. I'm doing my makeup now for the concert. I didn't do too much before this, just some basic cleaning and schoolwork that I had to do. Cleaned my makeup brushes, I showed you guys that. I did edit a TikTok and I filmed a voiceover for it that I needed to do of styling this skirt that I really love. If you guys want to follow my TikTok, I'll put the handle here because I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it's like Autumn's Cat or something. I'm a bad TikToker, I don't remember. I haven't picked out an outfit for the concert yet. I can't remember if I said who I was going to. It's Kim Dracula. I found him on TikTok. It was a little bit after he released that cover of Paparazzi by Lady Gaga, so that's what I found him by. I really love that song too. And then my boyfriend, he found him on Spotify and he is obsessed with Kim Dracula. He knows like all the songs. He loves singing along to it too. We're trying to match outfits. He's wearing coming on like some baggy cargo pants, black cargo pants with skeleton legs on them, which are cool. I have some pants kind of like that, which I probably shouldn't wear. I've been in a mini skirt phase for a while, and the temptation to wear one is so strong, but that's probably not great for a concert. I don't know yet. We're gonna see. I'm really gonna build my outfit later, I guess, is what I'm doing. Also, you can see it in the background. I made pizza. And yes, I just brought it on the whole cutting board because why not? I love living alone. Like, this is the first time I have, and it won't be alone forever, and it'll be nice when my sister and her friend move in because, you know, girls, it's nice living with other girls too. Oh, so I am so broke, by the way. Let me talk about that for a minute. I moved here in the beginning of March, right? And like 2 weeks before then, when we already knew this was like happening, right? I went and I applied to, it was a Kroger, right? And I've worked at a Kroger before. I've worked at grocery stores before. So I was really pretty confident about getting the job. And I went and I applied. I had an interview and they were like, okay, perfect. We are gonna hire you. And then since my start date wasn't for another like 2 weeks, right? Because, you know, I hadn't moved there yet. I'm not gonna, where the job was, it's like an hour, little over an hour away from where I used to live, right? They said they were gonna send me the paperwork and stuff in an email a little bit closer to the date, right? Week of moving comes along. I'm looking for this email, haven't gotten anything yet. And like 5 days maybe before I'm supposed to move. And granted, maybe I should have reached out to them beforehand and asked, but 5 days before I get a text, like an automated text on my phone that's like, oh, we've actually decided to move on with other candidates. And I was like, what? I kind of needed that job. Like, if I didn't get this job, I would have been searching for one in the meantime. And I tried calling and left a voicemail. I think they were dodging my calls, so I kind of just gave up on that, honestly. So then I moved here with no job. And I did have a savings, but not as much as I, you know, needed probably. Hindsight, I should have saved more. But I also thought I was gonna have a job when I came here. So, you know, yeah, so I was door dashing as much as I could. Very lucky that, you know, I have parents nice enough to help me out too. Yeah, but so I just recently was able to find another job. And this new job, it pays pretty well too. I'm not gonna say where it is, but it's a pretty basic job, you know. It's like a cashier position. Something I've done a million times before, and it pays well, so it's nice. Yeah, not much I can really say about that. It is a retail job, and if I'm being honest, I'm getting so tired of working retail. I've said this about a million times. I feel like I've worked in retail, customer service-based jobs for like 8 years now. Like I got my first job. I interviewed for it when I was 14, so I could start immediately when I turned 15 because I was just so eager to start making money, honestly, you know? Didn't want to keep asking my parents for everything, especially because, you know, they had other expenses. They couldn't just buy me whatever I wanted. Like, that's not how that works. And I understood that, so I was like, yeah, okay, I'll just get money to get stuff on my own. And then I think at this point, I've just worn myself out, I guess, you know. I mentioned earlier that I was in cosmetology school for a bit, and I think that honestly really didn't help with my getting burnt out in customer service-based jobs. The idea that I might be in that job forever kind of like made me, I got scared, man. Like, I don't want to be like waiting on people and putting a stupid smile on my face every day and pretending to care about products that I don't care about, like, or credit cards. Like, I've worked so many jobs where they want you to push the credit card, sell the credit card. No one wants a credit card. You know, some people do, and I put a smile on my face and I ask everyone, and I'm not annoying about it, but some people are just so rude about it, and it's like, you have to understand, this is my job. I'm not doing this because I want to. I'm not doing this because I get any extra. I mean, a lot of places, they do have a little bit of an incentive, like you do get a bit of monetary gain for pushing credit cards, but Guys, it is not enough. It's not enough to make people actually want to push the credit cards. They're pushing the credit cards on you because if they don't, or if we don't get scheduled, and then we can't get paid and pay our bill. Anyway, so that's just my thoughts on that. That was a bit of a tangent, I guess. But I started doing my eyeshadow, and I have no clue really what I'm doing. Like, I have like kind of a basic routine that I always do for my eyes, but the shirt he's wearing is black and red, and I'm really just gonna base my outfit around his, if I'm being honest. I was using this ColourPop Blow and Smoke palette. I love this. This is such a perfect like black and white gray palette. I literally use this like every day. Look, I've hit pan on the white. Once the other ones of these run low, I would totally buy a second one of these. And then I'm a big ColourPop fan, if you guys can't tell. I think they have great affordable palettes that actually give good color. You know, like, look, this one, I've hit pan on a few of these. This one, don't ask about that color. It was tragic and it was sad. But yeah, I think I'm gonna use this really dark red for the Republic. I'm gonna blend that in a bit, kind of give myself a red smoky eye. But really, eventually, me doing eyeshadow, at this point, it's just throwing shit on, you know? I have an idea of what looks good, and I can pretty much save anything I mess up on. Like, look, that was probably a little too much red. Now I gotta blend it out a bit, so I just need a lighter shade of red somewhere. I have one somewhere. Hang on. I guess I could use the sparkly one. I do like sparkly eyes. We'll use this tiny little brush. I guess we're doing a little makeup tutorial now. Gonna go in a little bit with this sparkly red. Blow off some of that excess. We're gonna pat that into the top. You know, I cleaned my makeup brushes earlier, and a few of these are still kind of wet. That's not helping me either. We're getting scared here, guys. Getting scared. Try to blend this top bit out a bit more. Did I make a mistake, guys? I don't know yet. I don't know. Feeling like it just a little bit. I don't know. I do like the red eye, but I kind of did cover up what I was feeling before. I'm just going to go back in with some grays, blend it out. We might get rid of it. Might not. Who knows? The more I mess with it, the more I'm like, man, I just look bruised now. Why am I getting hot now, too? Oh, my God. When I start panicking and think that I've messed up my eyeshadow, just blend. Just add the colors and just blend it. A lot of times that'll kind of help. Look, this is what happens when I get distracted talking. I'm blaming you guys. I'm blaming the viewers. I do like that. We're gonna add more to it to give it a little more depth, but let's catch my other eye up real quick.